Hi, buddy. And it is April 4th, and welcome to Podcast Listening on the Go. I am with my longtime co host, Ron Horry of FinFit Life. Ron, welcome.
Thank you. Good to see you. Happy Friday.
Yeah, thank you. Happy Friday to you. I've been hard at work already, and I will report the good, the bad, and the ugly that I've already done today. So here's what happened is I got on Zoom and I wanted to start doing Copilot podcast listening. So I opened up Copilot in Zoom. And of course, for people who don't know yet, Copilot will talk to you. And I recorded a really great podcast with Copilot. Came out great, except for human error. I forgot to optimize the audio. So I recorded, I did everything except optimize the audio. And that's a key. And so the audio came out, but really, really low from Copilot. So that's a report. Now, what I did something that was a win. I went, okay, let's see if at least Zoom recorded the transcript of the call with Copilot, and it did. So then I took the transcript from the Zoom call with Copilot. And folks, if you're listening, if I'm going too fast for you, I apologize, but you can pause the video and make sure that it sinks in. So then I pasted that into Claude. And I asked Claude to give me a presentation. This was cool because this was a big thing, and I'll show it to you. Specifically for Gamma about LinkedIn. So what we're going to do today is we're going to use Ron's new free Gamma app. And I have a paid one, so I know I can post to LinkedIn. We're going to try it with Ron to see if he can post over to LinkedIn from his Gamma. So that's what today's laboratory is going to be about, Ron. We're going to get open up your Gamma and get you going with that. But let me share with you guys what I did already uh, on LinkedIn. So I'm going to share this with you, and this is pretty cool, I think. So this morning I took my failure on my interview with Copilot this morning, and this is what I put it over onto Gamma, and this is what I posted on LinkedIn this morning. Learning to love LinkedIn networking with AI. So now what I can do is I can hit full screen and I can share this right on Ron and my podcast listening program. So it's learning to love LinkedIn networking because so many people run, they go to networking events, they go, oh, here's my LinkedIn profile. And then they don't put their personal contact information on there. And it makes it one step, a bridge too far, one step too many to really connect with them. So then it talked about me, my expertise, and some of this came from Copilot saying things about me, et cetera. So then networking mindset revolution, because we want to help people tap into the half trillion AI uh, revolution from the White House. And then it talked about AI, your networking superpower for checking in and following up. And look at the graphics that Gamma created too, Ron. So,
Looks great.
right, presentation on LinkedIn. Storytelling. So what I came up with is story teaching, storytelling, and story sharing. And that's one of the things because it's all about storytelling, sharing your story in multiple platforms. But obviously, LinkedIn is a big one for you in FinFit Life. Building authentic AI assisted connections and content strategy with LinkedIn networking, advanced networking techniques. So these are on my LinkedIn profile. And I'm going to be sharing that overcoming networking anxiety. For get this is all from Gamma, Ron. I didn't create this. This came right out of Gamma for introverts, for extroverts, for everyone. This was really cool.
It is cool.
Isn't that great? So
Yes.
networking transformation roadmap. And so that was I'd say that was a pretty good morning's work, even though part of it was a failure, an epic failure on my part, but it still turned into a pretty cool success, I think.
Looks like it. Fail forward fast.
There you go. Exactly. That's a good one. So why don't we do this? If you're prepared to share your gamma, and let's see, yeah, we'll just talk about and we'll kind of just play around with it for everybody, so we can just start at the beginning. We'll keep it simple with a simple prompt and everything. So, if are you able to share?
Let me log into Gamma
Yeah,
here.
take your time.
Okay. Okay, so let me go full screen and then I'll share.
And then I'll walk you through it of what we'll do a little laboratory. This is like a living lab, folks, and we're gonna just put it out there and make some progress and just keep working on it.
Okay, there you go.
All right, perfect. So let's go up to the button there called Create New. All right, and let's in the middle box, if you create Generate, awesome. And then click on the one second one over from the left, website, because we can create a presentation, we can create a website, and there's just a lot of cool things to not only having a presentation, but also having a website too. Okay, now we're going to see, I believe in ChatGPT networking, so I use all of the offspring of ChatGPT, but we're not going to do that today. We're going to keep it as plain and simple as fast and easy as possible and see how far we can get with the most simple basic steps. So let's just put in learning to love LinkedIn networking,
Learning, what's the
learning
next?
to love LinkedIn. I think you got learning in there twice, Ron.
Oh, I see. Okay. Learning to love LinkedIn.
Networking
Okay.
with AI. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words. And so this is how simple this can be, folks. We have 8 words. So now let's go to generate outline. So we're going to create an outline first with 8 cards. And this is what you're looking at is what I call an AI second. Okay,
Okay.
with those 8 words, Ron, look what we generated. Do you want to scroll up a little bit and why don't you just read the titles of each of the cards or sections or stories, as I like to call it. I look at what Ron just created as a high-rise storytelling building, a virtual building of learning. And so why don't you read the headlines, Ron, of each of those sections?
Okay, number one, mastering LinkedIn networking with AI, your ultimate guide. Number two, the changing landscape of professional networking. Three, understanding AI powered networking tools. Four, optimizing your LinkedIn profile with AI. Five, AI strategies for meaningful connections. Six, content creation and engagement. Seven, ethical considerations and best practices. And eight, the future of professional networking.
All right, all good topics, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Powerful. All right, so now let's scroll down a little bit. I'm going to show you how to customize it. You've got a couple of choices to customize it. So you can pick now, some people like the dark format, and you could click that, or you can click on a light format, or up there on the right, you see view more. So you could actually, there's more formats to choose, and you can pick and choose whatever.
Actually, I like this one, Daydream.
Okay, perfect. Let's go with that one, and then scroll down a little bit more. Okay. Now we've got brief, we've got medium, and we've got detailed. So you can pick and choose what you would like to deliver.
What do you suggest?
Yeah, let's go with what the template is, and that's selected medium. So let's just make it, we don't even have to think about it. We'll go with medium today, but we can customize it. Now, if you scroll down a little bit more, we have the image generation model, and that right now is sometimes it's Dolly. You can pick and choose. There's multiple choices there that you can choose for what your graphics will look like. But again, for keeping it super simple, let's just um, go with what they've already selected from Gamma. So I love Gamma, and that's kind of one of the themes of today's meeting is to learn to love Gamma, learn to love LinkedIn, because it's a one-two punch that we're going to talk about a little bit here. So now we're ready to generate, but before we do, let me just set the stage that this is the wow factor of Gamma. This is a modern media miracle because AI is media. And we're going to generate this presentation for learning to love LinkedIn networking in about an AI minute or two. So let's go ahead, Ron, with the next step and click on generate.
Fasten your seatbelts.
Yeah. And then this will end up in Ron's free Gamma account. So he will own this and you can create unlimited Gammas, which is just absolutely amazing.
Free is great.
Look at that. We've already got the LinkedIn uh, logo there.
Oh my gosh.
It is great.
It is. It's more than great.
It's a miracle, right?
It's
Modern
a
media
miracle.
miracle. Mind boggling.
I like that optimizing LinkedIn profile.
Yeah, I agree. Now, because you can create unlimited gammas, Ryan, you can check in with LinkedIn 10 times a day. And I did have one time that I wasn't able to go over to LinkedIn, but I just took the Gamma link and posted it independently on LinkedIn. So there's lots of ways to skin the cat, so to speak.
Yes.
No offense to cats. That's an old saying. You never think about skinning a cat. Yuck.
This is
Uh,
amazing.
Look at this. Isn't this great?
Especially the images.
And by infusing your humanity and your love into your storytelling, it really keeps it human, especially with networking. That's why I think the marriage of networking is perfect. Now, over there on the left on the screen, Ron, if you click, let's go down to the bottom one on the left, right there. Okay. Now, over there, let's do a little narrative storytelling that right there, and you can click on that one. This is like the virtual high-rise building, and we're going to go all the way up to the top floor. We're starting in the first floor of Ron's virtual high-rise office building there about the future of professional networking. And obviously, you can see from what you're looking at with your eyes, the networking is definitely going to change. And this is a powerful way to change it. And using LinkedIn is a powerful way to do it. So why don't you go up there story by story on the left, Ron, in our virtual high-rise office. You can, I think you missed a floor there, but you can go up right there up to the next floor up or next story up, I call it.
Number 7.
Yeah. Okay, this is ethical considerations and best practices. And why don't you do a little tour of your own high-rise office building there on the left, Ron? I'll let you walk us through it.
Okay, well, I think I'll just start from the bottom
You'd like to
floor.
start at the penthouse.
Okay. Yeah, I don't. Oh, definitely. Well, it definitely gets my attention.
And you always have to fact check this stuff too, folks. So that's the thing about AI. I love AI. I'm only as good as AI right now. I'm going with AI, and when I'm not perfect, I don't care. AI is going to get better, and I will get better as AI gets better. But I'm going all in with AI. But I do recommend that you fact check, and just to cover yourself, make sure that everything's copacetic.
That's a good point. fact, I think this idea of optimizing your LinkedIn profile, that's something everybody needs to learn about.
Especially in networking and learning how to put your personal contact information in there. If you're going to networking events, you got to help people get a hold of you. Don't make it more difficult. It's already challenging.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's go up to the top now. If you'll scroll up to the top on the right bar there. Yeah. Okay. Now, because wait, there's more, folks. See first we're going to go to the share button on the top right next to the blue button. You'll see a share button.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Now click on that and it says now go to export. Okay. Now scroll down a little bit and you're going to see, let's see if you get you have the LinkedIn. Yay, this is really good news.
Oh,
So
wow.
even on the free button, now I don't think we want to hit that yet because we want to um, uh, make sure that we've checked it out. So because there are a couple of things I think I'd like to go through with you. Now click, see the export to PDF. Now you can create a PDF, and for my friends who are course creators on the Great Discovery, one of the fastest, easiest ways to post courses on the Great Discovery, because I am the super course creator on the Great Discovery course platform, because I use Gamma and I post PDFs, and you can see how fast you can create a PDF. So you can create this PDF directly onto your desktop, and then you can upload it wherever you want to. So now let's go back to the Gamma, and I'm going to show you a couple of things before you would post it to. So just click onto that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now, let's see. Oh, we've gone back to the outline. So let's
Did we
uh,
go back too far?
yeah, you went back a bridge link too far. So let's see if you can click forward, or we can regenerate it if we have to, but um okay, tell you what, just go to open Gamma again, go to the homepage of Gamma. For you, that will show you this Gamma. It's called a Gamma file. So we have a Gamma file. It can be a PDF, can be a website, could be anything. So we'll find you Gamma again on your homepage, and there it will be right there. So
Okay.
yeah, click on that. Okay, now scroll down a little bit because Gamma adds buttons, like those two buttons don't work yet. Those are just suggestions. So click on the first blue button.
Getting started.
Yeah, and that won't go anywhere. Scroll down to delete. Okay, and then do the same thing with the other button.
Oh, okay.
Now you have a choice. If you wanted to do it super fast and then post right to LinkedIn, you can simply delete any buttons that you find in your Gamma. You can either just delete them, or obviously you can add links to them, and I can show you where. I don't see any other buttons in there right yet, but we'll look. Sometimes they just pop them in multiple pages to make suggestions for you of what you should do. So this is just great stuff. Uh, let's um, let's try posting it to LinkedIn. So let's scroll up to the top, or maybe we'll create a website first, and then we can see it better. So click on the blue button on the top right, Brian, called Publish,
Okay.
and that will publish it to a website, and that'll show us. Now, again, we're creating a website in an AI. Go ahead and click on the left, the green button there, view, whoops, a little, click on that again, and that'll bring that button back up, and then click on it, and we'll see that right there. Now click on the left button, the green
Oh,
button.
oops.
Yeah, it kind of disappears.
Right here.
Yeah, there or on the view site. Yeah, click there.
Can you hold on for a couple seconds?
Yeah, and there we go. Now you have a site and a link up in the address bar. So you can share that link That is an actual website. You can create unlimited websites with Gamma, Ron.
Let me get back there. Kind of lost where it went.
Okay, that's okay. We're back. So now we're in a good place. We're right where we should be to share to LinkedIn.
So
So
when you
what you can
published
do
it,
is
where did it publish to?
to that website. So that linked to the right. So click on the tab on the top
Oh, here.
right there. Click there. That's the website,
Oh, okay.
and that's the link to the website.
Okay. Oh, wow, that's amazing.
I know it is. Now let's go back to that tab. Yep. Okay. Now, what we want to do is grab, copy and paste the top two paragraphs, master LinkedIn, and the one underneath it.
So this part.
Yeah, either that, or you can also grab or copy and paste the paragraph right below that as well. We want to have enough, and the top paragraph, grab them both.
Down here.
No, the title and the first paragraph.
Okay, so the mastering LinkedIn and then this
Yeah, just
paragraph.
copy both of those. Just scroll or uh,
Okay, I did copy both of them.
yeah, but did you do it in? I don't think you got both of them at once, unless you can do two copies. I don't know.
I did. Yeah, I have
Oh, you
these
did.
two.
Okay, well then cool. I don't know how to do that, but okay. So go over to share again at the top right next to the blue button. Good. And scroll down to export. See export there,
Okay.
right there. And now scroll down to LinkedIn.
Okay.
And now let's post on LinkedIn. Do you want to post right now on LinkedIn or do you want to review it more first?
Let's just do it.
Why not?
Sure.
Go ahead. Will it click? Does it work?
I'm gonna log in first.
If it's not working, it may be only available on the paid version. So let's see. Are you trying to click on it?
I'm trying to get into LinkedIn.
I don't think you need to. I think if you just clicked on LinkedIn, it'll open up your LinkedIn account.
Right, yeah, but then I have to log in. I wasn't logged in.
You don't have to.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
try it.
Well, I'm logging in right now. Okay, now it
Okay.
says,
Now paste what you just copied from the Gamma. Okay. And now you're ready to post to LinkedIn.
oh my gosh. So it's going to post what's in the website?
It's going to post what is in the PDF,
Oh,
which is the same as in the website. Now click on where it says click here. Now we can view it in LinkedIn. Okay, it says your post cannot be displayed. That is what happened to me once. It only happened to me once. So what I did is I took the um, link to the website. So let's go back up to the website over there. And you can copy and paste that link there. Now you can go to your LinkedIn account.
and would I just go here and post and paste that in?
Yeah, just exactly. Just click on post and then you can put those two paragraphs and the link to the website.
How's that look?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow.
How cool, huh?
Very cool.
Isn't
So
that great?
cool, it's frozen.
Well, what is it?
So cool, it's frozen.
I see. Okay, very good.
That is so cool.
So think what we're going to be able to do with podcast listening on the go and loving LinkedIn, and I love if you I love creating the most sustainable branding on the planet. And that is by infusing love into your branding the way the headliners like Subaru and Costco and Kaiser and Dove and so many companies really use the concept of love. Well, in the era of AI, that's going to be even more and more important. So, to focus on love LinkedIn networking, I think is going to be a very cool strategy, especially with podcast listening on the go, to combine those two things together with Gamma. Love Gamma, learn to love Gamma. And I think we've just given you some really powerful reasons to learn to love Gamma. And then I'm going to post this meeting with Ron Horry that Ron and I are doing. Ron is with FinFit Life. And I'm going to encourage you to take this for a walk with an AI Audible and podcast listening on the go, because this is going to be the best way to tap into other people's minds on the go to help them to learn deeper, think bigger, and grow richer on the go with AI. And that includes learning to put love into your branding, learning to love LinkedIn, learning to love Gamma, learning to love AI. And it all comes together into a very holistic, precious approach to business networking, and it is business. And it's solid business principles based on sustainability, and using AI and your humanity, and it all just comes together. What I love about the two words of podcast listening is that they are both cause and effect. You create a podcast, and that the effect is listening or sharing. So it's story uh, teaching, storytelling, and story sharing. And now we've already created a post, we've created a story about LinkedIn, learning to love LinkedIn networking and mastering it. We've created a gamma that Ron can share all over the place, and we're already have already shared it on LinkedIn, but we can take that app and share it on Facebook and publicity and all over the place, Ron.
That's amazing.
So since we are looking at your LinkedIn profile, this is a perfect time to talk about you, what you do with FinFit Life. Because folks, if you are listening to this on the go, then come back for an AI Chalk Talk. And that's what Gamma is all about too, is like a coach giving a chalk talk. So you can listen and learn, let it sink in, and then go, yeah, this is something I really want to learn and see what they did. So now I can go back to Gamma for a chalk talk, and you can go to the free AI Super Campus by clicking the link right below this video and learn more about what Ron just did with his Gamma. And I'm going to let Ron do a little commentary, because Ron, now that you have seen what you can do with your Gamma, and we did this little living laboratory in Chalk Talk, are you going to start using Gamma much more often?
Oh, absolutely. You just opened the exploded my mind again, as always. But just the awesome capabilities of Gamma, just putting in a few words and have it generate all of that content is amazing.
We put in like 8 words and we created an entire presentation.
Yes, yes.
So that's the beauty of Gamma. It's just amazing. And the other thing is the company. I gotta say, God bless the people at Gamma, because they do just such a brilliant job with their support and their strategies. And they are, I really believe, second only maybe to the dean of Oxford University as a visionary about AI. He got his PhD in AI 30 years ago from University of California. And Sumitra Datta is the dean of Oxford, and he is the most visionary uh, guide that I've seen for AI. And Gamma, I believe, is kind of second only to him as far as being visionary about AI. They're just on top of their game. They do a brilliant job. But let's talk about you and your LinkedIn profile and about FinFit Life and staying healthy and maybe going for a podcast listening walk and what kind of discount that would get you on FinFit Life.
Well, thank you, Mike. Well, let me, since we're here, I think I'm definitely going to look into that optimizing your LinkedIn profile because I did that once, but then I want to do it again with the help of AI. And back to that term love, I think it's an attraction marketing phrase, and so it will attract people that embrace that idea. And when I think of love, I think of being of service to people, right? And it's a mindset
Super
of
serve.
to serve, and it's an abundance mindset as opposed to a scarcity mindset. So if somebody says love, what the heck is love? Click, gone. That's good. People can filter themselves in or out, and so we can create a community with the like mindset, like heart set, and it can So I think that's a key phrase. So that word love, that's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, I want to have love in my mind and in my heart. I enjoy it. I want to love people. I want to use AI to help me to spread the love, share it. Why not? I mean, if you have the opportunity to do good while doing well, to me, you'd be pretty foolish for as far as sustainability goes. Why rush to failure when you can take your time to success and sustainable success?
Absolutely, absolutely. So, like you mentioned a little bit more about what I do, so you can see my headline there. And I actually used AI to optimize or create that headline. And I maxed out the number of characters. But basically, people, will look at you, will spend what, about 7 seconds looking at your LinkedIn profile to decide whether they want to go deeper or not. So the short story about FinFit Life is, we are combining the wellness industry with the financial industry like no other company literally in the world. So when it comes to health, we want to reward people, gamify it, you might say, to let's say go walking, going to the gym, eating healthy, getting regular checkups. It's like frequent flyer miles. So as people engage in more activities, they earn points, and the points translate into, let's say, an Apple Watch for $30 or a Fitbit tracker for free, saving $600 a year on groceries. And we combine that with financial products and especially financial literacy to teach people about how to protect their money. I just saw a headline on LinkedIn actually about how the stock market is tanking even more. So imagine people looking or not wanting to look at their 401k or their retirement accounts if it's dependent on the markets. And so we have financial solutions for people to protect their wealth, even in a down market, and also to grow their wealth using financial products that we have access to a number of different top carriers across the US. So we want to help people. I talk about helping people be healthy, wealthy, and happy. So with those three legs of the stool, and have time to enjoy life. And that is our movement. We literally call it a movement to help people be more healthy, improve their finances, and literally enjoy life, reduce their stress, help them feel more comfortable about where they are and where they're going to be, whether it's the next 5, 10, or 20 years. So as somebody said, that's my story and I'm sticking to it.
Well said, my friend. One of the things that I too want to do is help people save money with AI. Like you said, the stock market is down. People and prices are rising. So in the short term, helping people to save short-term money with AI is something that we're really focused on. That's why I created Love AI Magazine, because one of the strengths of AI, as we just saw from Gamma and Ron's presentation, as a rookie, right, Ron? So now we just saw a rookie at work with
Yeah,
Gamma, right? A total rookie. And he did it beautifully. It was powerful. It's really exciting. I am so excited to share the wealth of Gamma and what it can do. And that's what I want to do is I want to help people. learn how to tap into the half trillion AI revolution to save money during this time of the stock market, tanking and prices rising. I think it's all about sharing ideas to save money uh, during this time, and I think it's going to be very important. That's why I created uh, the AI Super Campus, which is free. I created podcast listening, which is free. I created Love AI magazine, which is free. And now we can also promote it out with my friends at Mail Softly and at Publishzilla to get top ranking all over Google News and Google rankings. So, and then I'm going over, Ron, which is fun too. I'm going over to a company in Lafayette because I teach network locally and learn AI globally. There's a company that I think the world of they're just really great people, and the lifestyle. It's called Sculptology, like a sculptor. You're sculpting your future, you're sculpting your mind, you're sculpting your body, and that's a really cool lifestyle that they teach at Sculptology. So I'm going over to network with them today. We're going to put on a monthly networking event, and I'm got some really powerful, influential friends to help me to put those networking events on that we're going to use to complement the Lafayette Chamber of Commerce networking events, which is every third Wednesday. We're going to do every first Wednesday. And I'd love to have you come when you can, Ron. So I'll invite you up. And I know it's difficult to get up at that early morning through traffic.
Oh, it sounds like it's definitely worth my time. So you said something about the first Wednesday instead of the third Wednesday?
Yeah, my Lafayette Chamber of Commerce puts on an event on the third Wednesday. They already do that. So
Okay.
we want to put on one on the first Wednesday, 2 weeks different, to promote them. I believe in cross group networking to grow all groups. So we want to help grow the chamber networking event on the third Wednesday by putting one on the first Wednesday of the month, which is the 7th of May. And we're kind of getting that all organized right now with Sculptology, with Mail Softly, with Publishzilla, and all the different things we can do to promote it out and posting on. Another, let's talk about this, Ron. Patch. Now you've used Patch free classified ads. You now have a gamma and a link to your gamma that you can post on patch.com. So why don't you explain, if you would, how people can create an account on patch.com for hyper local news, and you've already done that too. So why don't you, if you'd be kind enough to explain that?
Well, I'll just give the highlights, and then you can fill in the blank. So the way I learned about Patch is a hyper local news broadcasting platform where you can target. Let's say I'm in San Jose, but I'm also near Campbell and Cupertino, and so you can create a free account and post articles, also post events. It's totally free. There's also a paid version for posting. But you can let's say if I'm having a networking event here in San Jose, I can post that event on Patch/San Jose for free, and it goes out to this hyper local community. And what Patch does, it also posts community news. People that, let's say, in San Jose or even local neighborhoods would want to know about. So there are news items, but the one of the big advantages being able to create a free account. You can post classified ads, you can post events, and you can post articles at zero cost. And Patch is all over the U.S. So if you wanted to have a presence in, let's say, Chicago, you could create a link to Patch in Chicago. So people in Chicago, they'll get all the local news for Chicago. Plus, if I wanted to expand FinFit Life in Chicago, I could post, let's say, or even just to create an identity, use the LinkedIn package that Gamma created and post that to Patch in Chicago. So that's really the highlights. Again, it's something that Mike can present at another event and literally blow your mind again. But one thing I like about you, Mike, is you're like the pioneer. Let's say, when America was just, being born, people were coming in from ships from England, landing on the East Coast, And then there were pioneers in, well, fast forward in their covered wagons heading west, right? And so you are the pioneer blazing new trails, finding offshoots of trails, but finding out what is the best trail, what's the best way to get to the destination. So the destination, I believe that you have in mind, is to empower people with AI infused with love, and you're exploring all of these hundreds or even more than hundreds of AI tools and refining it, let's say, into the top five, like you were talking about, like Gamma, especially. So, there's so many quote AI consultants. They may have taken a weekend course, so they're certified AI consultant. One consultant was selling a course for $5,000. Another business leader was promoting his AI platform for $800 a month. So, through your generosity, providing this awesome information totally free, zero cost, is an example of your love philosophy, giving and sharing. And of course, the more you give, the more you come back, more comes back to you in multiple ways. So, just wanted to give you that plug.
Thank you, Ron. Let me talk. You brought up something that I think is important. You brought up pioneer wagon trains, and that's why I create what I call AI super courses, because my super courses are packed like a wagon train. When you were on a wagon train, you had to have everything that you needed to get you to where you wanted to go. Well, likewise, that's still true today. Even a space vehicle has to be packed with absolutely everything you need to get to where you want to go. And to that point, we just had two astronauts who landed back on Earth safely only because their space vehicle was fully packed with everything they needed to get them to where they wanted to go. After a surprise, what was supposed to be like an 8-day trip had to turn into an 8-month trip. And fortunately, their space vehicle was packed with everything they needed. They had a super space vehicle. And that's what a super course is designed to be, Ron, that you can unpack everything you need to succeed right from every super course, super story, super podcast listening story that I want to share out. That's my decades and decades of experience talking, and it my wisdom came from one thing: hard work, and period. you know, I'm no genius, but I work hard. And I always think of it like wisdom is like taking all of your experiences, like a stack of pancakes, stack them all up, and throw out the bad pancakes, the ones that were burned or didn't work out, and you get it down to your short stack of pancakes, and that's your wisdom. And that's what guys like Ron Horry of FinFit Life and I have worked to achieve, is to share our wisdom, what we've learned in all our twists and turns through life, and sharing that wisdom. And that's why Ron picked FinFit Life as his path to where, how he likes to live his life and to get him to where he wants to go.
Thank you, Mike. So I'm going to stop sharing here so I can see you better.
And you can tell the little story about the great folks behind you.
Okay, well, the short story is I'll let people see the whole picture. So this is a group of, this is Sunday morning, 7 a.m. in Chicago. It was a national convention. And so we just finished a workout. You can imagine we were there Friday, all day Saturday evening gala, Sunday morning, literally 7 a.m. And so our movement is health and wealth and lifestyle. So we finished the workout. The guy in the blue shirt lying down, he's the president of FinFit Life, Bill Pinus. So when we talk about health, we lead by example. So we got up 7 a.m., did a 45-minute workout, had a nice breakfast after that. And so so all of the people in the photo, they are our associates. In fact, one of the ways we encourage people to be more healthy is FinFit Life is sponsoring a 5K. We call it a walk, run, crawl, have fun. And it's all over the country on April 26th. And there's a donation, and the donation goes to a women's breast cancer society. So we want to encourage people to come. It's not a race. Bring your kids, bring your dog. It's going to be fun, refreshments all over the country. So people can go to just search FinFit Life 5K and they can sign up, small donation, and just have fun. We don't talk about business. We just want to bond and attract people. And so there could be people who love to do marathons, and there could be people that are just bringing their dog and their kids, maybe in a stroller, and just to come out and have fun. So that's
All
part of
right.
the lifestyle. Thanks for asking, Mike.
Yeah, well, thanks for being here, Ron. It's always fun. I learn things from Ron every week. Hopefully, he learns things from
Well,
me,
I learned a ton.
and we love doing this like a lab. So we put ourselves out there. We all have to be both students and teachers in the era of AI because uh, there is a $500 billion tsunami wave that's coming in. It's important to prepare for it. And so, in that regard, we're all students. And Ron and I are both learning new things. Ron knows a lot more about FinFit Life than I do, and maybe I know more about Gamma than he does. But we share things, we learn things, and learning to love these things of what can you love. There's a lot of bots and things that you don't love. They're a pain, or they're a waste of time. You're just spinning your wheels so often, and I always like to find the path less traveled, because otherwise you're just out there in the masses and it's so hard to get found or get heard and get hired, unless you are able to stand out. And Gamma is a great way for storytelling, story sharing, and story teaching. Because what better way to learn, and you know that, Ron, than through stories?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I like that sequence of learn, do, and share. And I think I'm always in learning mode, and then also wanting to share, like this example of sharing that gamma production, I would say, on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
That's definitely going to get attention from people, and they're going to say, okay, well, who is this person, Ron Horry? So it helps create an identity in a very powerful way. So thank you, Mike. I'm definitely going to review my notes and look at Gamma and brainstorm myself in ways that I can definitely leverage Gamma. So thank you again.
And you'll have this video. One of the things that I want to emphasize to people is that I put on big networking events, and as Ron knows, I've been doing that for a long time. But people don't recognize one very, very important lesson that I want to teach right now about networking. Guys, get this. One thing that everybody that attends networking events has in common, I guarantee you, and that's this: an interest in networking. That's why they're there. So when you can share with them about networking, that's what you have in common. So you get to know them by sharing information about how to network better, more efficiently, more powerfully. Start there. Start with that common ground. Build your relationship to show you care by helping them become better networkers. Because you know what? Only 1 in 100 from all of my polling of thousands of networkers around, 1 in 100 ever follow up. So if you want to be 1 in 100, all you have to do is check in and follow up. And if you do that in the way that we are teaching you to optimize your LinkedIn profile, but putting your personal contact information of how can people reach out to you. You're going to networking events, don't just do it as a ritual, do it as a business. Business networking AI is what we are teaching in podcast listening on the go for solopreneurs. Now, I say for solopreneurs to let people know that it's from there up. I network with corporations. I network with venture capitalists. I network with headliners from Oprah Winfrey to Tony Robbins. But, I love working and helping with solopreneurs. So, folks, click on the AI Super Campus link below this video and watch this chalk talk. Learn like Ron did how to use Gamma to improve everything you do on LinkedIn. So, Ron, I guess any final thoughts, and we'll wrap this up.
I would just say I'm speechless.
Okay. Well, you can be speechless and use gamma and let gamma do the talking for you. So you can even succeed even if you're speechless,
Well,
basically.
I'll give one footnote to what you said about only one in 100 at a networking event will actually follow up. And I have to admit, I can definitely improve myself in terms of the follow up. But what does that mean? That means it's all about relationships, right? In fact, I read one statistic is in the past, before the internet, people would look at, let's say, seven marketing touches before they would decide to make a purchase. It'd be radio, TV, print ads, magazines, whatever, seven touches. Well, today it's probably 15 or 20 marketing messages that people will look at, some only for 5 seconds, before they decide to make a purchase or get involved with whatever is being promoted. So it really highlights the fact of not only going to the networking, following up, and then as the key part of the follow up is building the relationships with people to create a win win or even a win 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 relationship. And as the founder of BNI said, givers gain. So the more we give, not with the intention of getting back, but it's the law of attraction. The more you give to the universe, the more it will come back. So I think that you're following up, with the right intention of love and service. That is something that is part of, my philosophy. And for somebody to really be successful in today's connected but also disconnected world, relationships. In fact, I'll finish with this. There was this one astronaut. He was the first man on the moon. I forget his name, but he was standing on the moon, looking back at the Earth. So he said, when you can see the Earth no bigger than the fist at the end of your arm, you realize the only thing that matters is relationships. It's not money, it's not power, it's not influence. And I still remember that because you look at this third rock from the sun floating in the galaxy, and anyway, I won't go off on
Okay. Well, let me say this. Think of the bad message you're sending if you don't follow up. Here's the thing, guys. Think about this. Who do you follow up with? You follow up with your mom, you follow up with your dad, you follow up with your family, you follow up with your friends and people you care about. Those are people you actually do follow up with. So if you are not following up, think of the horrible message you are sending. If you don't follow up, you are saying, I don't care about you. You mean nothing to me. I don't follow up with you because I don't care about you. That's the message you're actually sending to people. So they're going, well, he doesn't care about me. She doesn't care about me. She's not following up. There's, what do I care? People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So you're actually sending a message if you are not sending a message. If you are sending a message, you're sending a message that you do care. So I'll close on those for with Ron Horry of FinFit Life. I'm Mike Hayes of the AI Super Campus and podcast listening on the go. Thanks for joining us. Click on the link below this video and join us on the free AI Super Campus where we teach you how to think bigger and grow richer. So subscribe and grow rich with the AI Super Campus. Keep the conversation going, and we'll talk to you soon. I'll see you next week, Ron.
Great. Thank you, Mike. Have a good
Thanks, everybody.
weekend.
Bye.